Hello, I speak as a citizen. I haven't planned on doing this. I don't have a script. Uh, I'm not sure I want to do it, but I feel compelled just to put my voice out there, even if it's a small voice, because I don't know what else to do. And as a citizen of this world, as a member of a human species, I see what's happening, and it really angers me and really frustrates me not being able to do anything. But what frustrates me the most is knowing that there are people out there, powerful people, very powerful people, that have the means to do something about it. And you know what? They are doing something about it. They are sending weapons to these murderers. Even though they see the videos, they I suppose they've seen the video I saw a couple of weeks ago of a baby being pulled out of the rubble, neither dead nor alive, just with his head dangling. A man carrying it. I guess, I don't know if it was the father, I don't know. But that image got me, even though I knew that atrocities happened through the history of humankind many times. But seeing it, yeah, that got me. Before anyone says about the atrocities of October 7th, I obviously condemned them. And I obviously condemn Hamas. And what they did was disgusting, and that comes without saying. This issue, though, has a history, which 75-year-old history. But I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not qualified to get into that. I know the basics. To know that this didn't start in October 7th. As terrible as that day was. But yeah, and yesterday, what happened in Rafah? I had the feeling that this was going to happen, but seeing it and seeing pictures of a man carrying his child, or a friend's child, or someone else's child, doesn't matter. A headless baby, decapitated, running from the flames. You have to try and put yourselves in the shoes of that man. Like, what do you do next? You had nothing. You had a home. You had a family. It's entirely possible that this man's family is dead already, or most of it, or some of it. You had your earthly possessions, whatever it was. Now you are thrust into this camp with over 1 million people, over 1 million refugees, with a very limited supply of food and water, starving, living on tents, scraps of metal covering. You have nothing, and still, you found out that you had even stuff to lose. They can take, when you have nothing, they take it from you. Whatever is left, they take it from you, and you have to watch as toddlers burst into smithereens with bombs and missiles in a place where Israel said it was a safe zone. Safe. I'm asking myself, what I know what is wrong with this world. I'm not gonna get into that, but there's some things that they're quite basic and fundamental regarding morality. You see, I despise religion. I don't like. I think religion was an interesting attempt of explaining reality many years ago. I think now it's a disease for the mind. So I don't have that bias of supporting anyone because I believe in their religion, or I think Judaism is worse. I mean, I just have that out of the picture. And so should everyone. But there's an element of basic humanity, I was going to say, as if humanity, that word meant something good, right? It doesn't anymore. I mean, it never did for me, already for many years. Even though there are good people in the world, but again, a different topic. I question those who are very outraged. All those Western leaders who are very angry and who are asking Israel to stop it, stop killing innocents. How many times are you gonna say that? Because you know they're not listening. You know they don't care. You know they do not see them as human beings. They don't see them as equal. They don't care how many babies they murder. Yeah, I'm sure there's some Israeli soldiers who are not feeling great about it. I don't know how many. For the videos I've seen, I suspect that not many. And I've heard what they said. I've seen how they treat prisoners, how they mock prisoners who pee themselves. How many more mistakes do you need to act? Because yesterday apparently was a mistake as well. The convoy with humanitarian aid, World Central Kitchen, that was a mistake as well. Even though it was 3 missiles consecutive, which targeted one, then the other one, then the third one. When they were exiting the trucks, those the survivors going to the previous one, boom, spot on. That was a mistake as well. All the I don't know how much, over 200. I cannot even remember. Journalists and aid workers killed, murdered. That was a mistake as well. Or the over 35,000 civilians, kids, women, children, babies, men. That was an unfortunate incident because Hamas uses them as human shields. Listen, I'm sure Hamas, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did use some people as human shields. I wouldn't be surprised. But knowing that wouldn't give you the right to do what you're doing, what Israel is doing. If you see that they're hiding a hospital, I don't know if it's true, but even if it was true, that they are hiding in a hospital, you just do not bomb the hospital just because they're there. You find another way. It's not justifiable to kill thousands of people, hundreds of elderly people, pregnant women, disabled people, doctors. It's not justifiable just because you can get to kill even if it's several Hamas members, you just do not do it. You find another fucking way. I think we have the means nowadays to do it. I'm not an expert on this. Again, I barely know anything about it, to be fair, but yeah, it really surprised me how they always use the same excuse, right? We're fighting against Hamas. Yes, you're fighting against Hamas, but those who died are innocent people. 99% of them are, or 90%, I don't know. They're just people like you and me who just happen to have been born in a country who's been occupied since the late 40s. And most of them, they try to live their lives, to go to school, to be with their family. Many of them are imperfect and flawed, like me and you. But they have nothing to do with Hamas, or they have nothing to do with October 7th, they have nothing to do with anything. They just want to live, and you're murdering them. But let's be honest, Israel wants to destroy Hamas, but Israel wants to destroy the Palestinian people. They want to exterminate them. They are Nazis. They are Nazis. If Hitler were to see what's going on, he will take notes. And he will probably say, wow, I wish I could have known, right? To be able to do all the stuff I did, and with the most powerful countries in the world backing me up, doing nothing. So I'm gonna ask, I'm not gonna see it, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Macron and all those politicians who are very, very, very outraged, to stop tweeting and do something. You have the means and the power to do something. I'm gonna ask Joe Biden to look at himself in the mirror and think. Just think. And imagine that you have I don't know, a small niece, a family member, someone you love. Imagine having to carry this person in your lap without his head or her head. And imagine that this person died because the bomb that took their head off was manufactured by your country. These people have the power to do something and to stop it right now. We gotta ask ourselves why. Why did they do it? Why do they keep sending weapons to Israel and billions worth of aid to this country after what's going on? After all the videos, after all the social media stories from Israeli soldiers laughing while they bomb and destroy entire neighborhoods. After the ICC ordered them to stop. And the next couple of days, they just bomb a camp with refugees, and they get away with it. we gotta ask ourselves why. What is going on behind this? Because it's serious. What are the interests that are worth so much that so many people are killed without any sort of retribution? And that's it. I said what I had to say. Again, just a normal citizen who knows the basics and nothing more. But I am a voice, and I just want people to think. That's all.